Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Brad Brown from Higher Impact Outsourcing, and I want to start by thanking you so much for being here, Brad. It's an honor for you to be here. And Brad is CEO of Higher Impact Outsourcing, and they offer remote professionals for businesses, churches, and nonprofits. So, Brad, I was wondering if you can start by telling us a little bit about your background and what your role is at Higher Impact Outsourcing, please.
Sure. Well, Karolyn, thank you for letting me join you. I'm excited about the opportunity here. So, yes, a little bit about our background. My wife and I, about 20 years ago, got married fresh out of college, moved over to East Africa. She was teaching in a school over there, and we were going out into remote villages where people were living in extreme poverty, and we were just looking for opportunities to just help plant churches. We were there with the Christian ministry, and we fell in love with East Africa, and so we started creating businesses to give people employment there. And all of that was around 2008. There was a major election in Kenya. It's about 600,000 people displaced. And so we started going into resettlement villages, and we were working alongside people that had been basically, they were living in Red Cross tents, and we were coming in and helping to create businesses to give them employment. We started a all girls boarding school there, and began creating companies over there that began serving USA clients here, even in the USA. So yeah, we've enjoyed East Africa. I've been doing that now for about 20 years.
Wow, bless you and your wife. So, for higher impact outsourcing, sorry, could you tell us about the values and mission of the company you created?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So our heartbeat is going, okay, how do we help serve USA clients? So our clients in the USA are going to be businesses, churches, nonprofits. How do we serve them with excellence with remote professionals? And at the same time, we're giving good work to our Kenyans that are there. And so they're all college educated. But this is giving them a great opportunity to have amazing work. And then abundant generosity is a big part of our heartbeat. So a part of this is anytime somebody hires a remote professional to work in their company, we then sponsor students to attend this all girls boarding school that we started. And so our clients can interact with the students that are being sponsored because of them, and certainly get to know the team members that are joining their team, the higher impact remote professionals. And yeah, so that is our heartbeat.
So beautiful. Those are great values. Would you be able to tell us a little bit more about the product that you deliver?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of USA businesses, churches, nonprofits come to us and say, "Hey, we need remote work. So we need people who can be executive assistants for us. We need bookkeepers, people that can do all of our accounting. We need people who can do a graphic design and marketing." And so we specialize in those areas. So we have a lot of CPA firms that we are working with, and those CPA firms go, "Hey, we need bookkeepers who can not only do data entry, but also can, they've got their P10 certification so that they can file tax returns." We have a lot of CEOs that come to us saying, "Wow, I've got this venture over here, and I've got this thing I'm going on there, and I need someone to help with all my admin and be my executive assistant. So I need them to schedule my meetings and handle my emails and really take over all the behind the scenes parts." So if there's ever a place that our clients go, "Hey, I'm a CEO and I'm spending all my time doing $10, $11 hour work," we can bring college educated, many of them with master's degrees, professionals in
Wow.
to be doing those tasks for them. And because they're based in Kenya, it's a third of the cost of hiring someone in the USA. And yet in Kenya, this is good work, and they're being paid well for their work. But it's still, compared to American salaries, it's just very cost effective for the USA companies.
Wow, I love it. That's great. It offers great opportunities for other countries. Would you be able to tell us a little story that sort of showcases the value that it's provided for one of your clients? No names necessary, but just to give an idea to the collective or listeners of the value you deliver?
Sure, sure. Yeah. So one of our clients is a real estate company. They do short-term rentals, so Airbnb, VRBO, these kind of rentals. So with that comes a lot of guest communication. The people book. You've got to communicate everything there with the guest, answer any questions that guests have. If it's 2 a.m. and guests are locked out, you have to have someone available to be able to help. 24 hours a day with these guests. In addition to common things when you're adding properties, utilities and pest control service and all this kind of thing. So we had a client who, you know, told stories of, hey, I would go out to Montana to go fly fishing, and while I was out trying to have some, personal time and get away, I just felt like I couldn't get away from my phone. I just felt attached to the hip, and he expressed almost. He certainly didn't say panic attack, but he expressed like the anxiety of being disconnected was just palpable for him. And so when he brought on his executive assistant, what that did for him is it not only helped to solve issues like he said, I only want to send one email for every 15, and I want to schedule these calls. I want somebody else to schedule all these calls and this kind of thing. But then all of his guest communication was taken care of. So he didn't have to worry about being attached to his phone 24 hours a day. He had someone that could do that for him. And so in his particular case, he needed someone who was working USA hours, East Coast hours. So we just had it lined up. And so the times that he didn't want to be on or he didn't have another team member, he had somebody, a remote professional serving him. And it just freed up a lot of time. And so allowed him to go and expand his real estate company in other ways. Investment properties is a heartbeat of what he was doing, and short-term rentals was just a tangible example of how that played out. So, yeah, that'd be an example of how this plays out.
That's a beautiful story. Thank you. I was wondering, what are any major shifts that you're seeing in your industry now?
Oh, sure. Yeah. The shifts in our industry are going to be a lot of those are around AI. And so a lot of groups are coming in going, hey, how does AI work? And everybody knows AI is a game changer. But many people are asking the question, hey, how does this apply to me? How does this apply to my industry? And for those that are not afraid of AI, they're going directly at it saying, it's here. How do I integrate it? Those are a lot of people that we can come alongside and go, okay, and here we are. We provide remote professionals. Our remote professionals can actually run your AI for you. We can help put systems in place so that you can elevate your own work. You can elevate your company, but you don't need to be afraid of AI. AI is something that is coming. It is here, and it can be a huge help. It can crunch through data without any problem. It still needs the wisdom of the person to help navigate the results of the AI. And our team can, every single one of our virtual assistants is trained in what we call AI fundamentals, because AI is changing every day. So we keep them trained up, and then they get into specific AI tasks for relevant companies that hire them to come along and help implement it.
Great job. Yeah, that's so true. Um, how has this trend, the AI trend, impacted higher impact outsourcing? Oh, I guess it's impacted it quite positively because of these assistants that know AI, right?
Oh, yeah. So we've integrated AI into many aspects of what we do. Our own company marketing, a lot of that is AI driven, and we integrate it into places like that. Certainly, our assistants that come in, and it depends on the specific role. If someone needs an executive assistant, when we provide an executive assistant that is also trained in AI, that elevates the language, it elevates emails, it elevates productivity of the executive assistant. So, same thing if we're bringing on someone who's a bookkeeper and they're doing financial analysis, somebody who knows how to use AI can help get the information and get it out to clients in a more effective way. So yes, we've just taken it head on. Our thought is it's here, and how do we do this with excellence and lead the charge in helping to implement this for our clients?
I love it. It's great. And where do you see higher impact outsourcing in 6 months to a year from now, Brad?
Yeah, that's a great question. Carolyn, honestly, our goal has always been, hey, we'd rather be the Ritz than the Holiday Inn Express. And so what we mean by that is we'd rather grow at a healthy rate with and be excellent in our service. So,
Yeah.
very white glove, very professional for our clients. We'd rather have a smaller company that does that with professionalism and excellence rather than a massive company who does everything with mediocrity. And so we are actively growing and we're growing well, but we're being very intentional to not outpunt our coverage, right? We want to be excellent in everything we do.
Yeah, that's great. And that aligns with your values and mission also, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
So,
we have found, every time somebody hires a remote professional, it's not only providing that amazing service for them here in the USA, it's providing incredible work for the person in Kenya. So if we can make sure it's the right partnership between
right.
the person in Kenya being hired and the person in the USA, the company in the USA hiring, then those are long-term relationships.
Yeah.
95% of our contracts renew year after year because they're not just generic placements. It's very specialized, very focused on exactly what the company in the USA needs.
So great. In closing, I just wanted to say if anyone wants to reach Brad for any questions or whatnot, you can book a call with him through his website, higherimpactoutsourcing.com. And you can also reach him through his LinkedIn profile or the company Higher Impact Outsourcing's profile. And thank you so much for coming out for our show, Brad. And if you had anything to say in closing for our listeners, what would you say?
Oh, well, we would be happy to meet with anybody that's interested. If they're even curious about how remote professionals work, we're happy to hop on a call and see if there are services that they need that we can walk alongside them. We have the joy of being able to serve many different companies and clients, and so we'd love the opportunity to just talk to them and see how we can help.
So great. Thank you so much. And have yourself a very nice evening.
Hey, thank you, Carolyn.